Happy Wednesday, Driven National Area. It's your National Sales Director, Auri, broadcasting to you live from the Driven office. And so here we are. Every month, we just get together like a one big family and we powwow together, And so this is an opportunity for me to share my greatest strengths with you, which is strategy. I'm also very competitive. I've always enjoyed being part of a winning team. And I have found that when the team is winning, it's an accumulation of other people's wins. So if you like to win, welcome. We're excited to have you. So let me just share with you that tonight, I'm going to share with you about what our goal is for this year, where it is that we are heading. I set a really audacious goal for the month of July for On the Run to #1. And I'm going to tell you where we landed. And I'm sure everyone's super excited to hear where we landed and what our strategy is for the month of August and how that plays out for our ultimate goal for this year. And I'm going to close with a challenge. All right. So this won't be long at all, but I do have a word of encouragement for you. I'm wearing my Queen Bee shirt. I'm wearing my July key necklace, and I have no idea where on earth I put my August one. I've been looking like a mad woman for it because it is so gorgeous. So I just have to tell you a quick story. Our senior national sales director, Daisha, many of you guys know her. And opposite of my story, she grew up in a very well-to-do family. Like they lacked for nothing, And so we're at seminar backstage, about to go on the stage, and she's like, Auri, that necklace, where did you get that? I'm like, this one? And it was the little August key necklace, right? And I'll show you guys a screenshot of it right now, just so you guys can see it, because you're probably like, okay, what is this thing that she's talking about, right? So, Daisha's like, oh my gosh, Auri, where did you get that necklace? Like, it's gorgeous. And I'm like, you mean this one? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, this is the Mary Kay one. And she says, that's the Mary Kay necklace? I'm like, yeah, girl, this is the Mary Kay necklace. And there it is. And she said, no, you got that from Tiffany's. I was like, no, it's not from Tiffany's. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes. And so I'm like, if that fooled Daisha Wiegand, it would fool anyone to think it's from Tiffany's, because you can see the little T there on the bottom of the key, right? And so anyways, I just want to share with you guys, you have to get your August necklace. Like, it's so awesome. But I'm wearing my earrings that my girls gave me at seminar that I absolutely love. I get to tier them into different levels. And so I just want to share with you that seminar was an incredible experience. If you weren't able to be there, I want you to set your dates right now for next year. It's July 22nd through the 25th of 2018 and 2019. Really, the only way your plan will fail is if you fail to plan. I believe that with my whole heart. If it is not written down, pen and paper in your date book, your plan will fail. I know that you have your Mary Kay date book, you guys, and you want to destroy this thing. Like, you want to trash it. Like, every time you write into that date book, you're literally writing into your checkbook. You're depositing money into your checking account. So don't fail to plan. July 22nd through the 25th, we want to see you next year. I'm going to tell you why. Our audacious goal for next year is, and I'm going to share this all with you right now, is to be a top 10 driven national area. And so this is from our driven playbook, and I might be able to do a screen share once again. I'm going to try. I think I did a good job with it the first time, so hopefully this works out, but hold on one quick second. I'm hoping I didn't. I do want to share this with you guys. These are all of the really important dates that are happening this year, and I want you guys to have them written down. In October, we have our fall retreat and our camp holiday, where we train you for the holidays. Now that you got your date book out, like, put these all in. In January, we have our January Jumpstart. It's just a Kickstarter year. Directors and DIQs are invited to go to San Diego for our leadership conference. And then in March, we have our career conference. The exact dates have yet to be determined, but it's one of the last 3 weekends of March. And then in July, of course, we have seminar. Okay. And again, you know, when we fail to plan, our plan will definitely fail. And I don't want your plan to fail. I want you to have success beyond measure, success like nothing that you've ever had before. And so I'm like looking for where I left my my Driven playbook. If you guys would give me just one moment. I know everybody's been asking me for one of these, but this is the Driven playbook, and you have to be a Mary Kay sales director to get one. And it's like our strategy to our inner circle year into our great year. And of course, I would like for you guys to have one of these, of course. And so you got to be a Mary Kay sales director to get one. All right. So this is what I want to share with you guys. These are our Driven goals for this year. Okay. So here they are. Our goals for this year is to be a top 10 area in the Emerald Seminar, a high Diamond Circle national area with over $250,000 in commissions that count towards the circles. We want to have 50 driving free Mary Kay sales directors, and I'm going to talk about that at the end. This past year, as a Gold Circle area, we had 500 stars. So I set the goal for us to have 900 stars this year, 180 a quarter, and that actually is the wrong math. It's 800 stars, 200 a quarter. That's a typo, sorry. 100 red jackets and 1 Offspring National Sales Director. This dream, this area, this vision is God-given, and it's certainly God-driven. And our area verse is Psalms 127:1. Unless the Lord build the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. And I truly do believe that unless a God is with you, oh my gosh, we're just trekking up a longer path. So that's our goal this year. So I had this strategy. I'm like, listen, most people are partying in July, like they're celebrating their huge win from the year before. So while everyone is like trying on seminar dresses and preparing for seminar and playing travel agent, the Driven National Area is going to like do their power starts, get their power starts done. We're going to have a ton of grand achievers, and we're on the run to #1. Like, this is our goal. Now, I had no doubt in my mind that we could totally do this, because in June, we were the #6 national area, which is like a huge accomplishment, especially if you're new, you don't know. Like, we're really new. And the top areas are huge. Like, some of them have 150 directors, right? And we're just about to get to 40 sales directors here. So like that, we're #6 is like a big deal, right? So I'm like, we could do this. We're gonna be #1. And so we had so much fun, because we ended the month together at seminar in Dallas, Texas, with all the sales directors. We had a cash workshop, and I had a cash cannon. It's a pink gun, and I was shooting money at them. And we went through how to make money in Mary Kay through the Advanced for Sure booklet. I'll show it to you guys. I have one right here. This booklet has everything in it, and it's on In Touch. You could just, you know, print one out, and it tells you all the rules of the game. And so last month I came on here and I said, there's a reason why we're going to get to our goal. And that is #1, because we will know the rules of the game, and therefore we can win the game. And #2, because every different director will drive for free. So I just want to share with you, I got my text message and my email from Mary Kay Corporate, and the results are in. And I'm really proud, because gosh, I didn't realize this many people were working in July, but there's a lot of people working in July. But I'm still so proud of what we accomplished. The Driven National Area was #15 for the month of July. So congratulations. I saw all of the commission checks that came in, and I was like, oh, okay. So what? Most of the nationals that are 1 through 14 didn't take this into account, because they're most of them are senior national sales directors. And so because they're a senior national sales director, they get a $10,000 bonus at the beginning of the year for having an Offspring National. So I don't know if you know this, that when you Offspring a national sales director, you get a $10,000 bonus, not just once. You get it every single year on her anniversary. And since I'm not a senior national sales director as of yet, coming very soon, there's no $10,000 bonus. So that kind of set us behind. So it's like everyone who's at #1, 2, and 3, they're all elite executive nationals. And then it's all of the executive nationals, and then all the senior nationals. And then we're not like the very next spot. So Yay! I'm so proud of you guys. I did not take that into account. So it's important to know the rules of the game so that you can win the game as lived by my current example, right? So I'm really, 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 really proud of you guys. Congratulations. Last month, I gave a challenge to finish a perfect start, 15 faces in 15 days, and to have $2,000 in sales and $1,000 reorder, and you're gonna get these gorgeous earrings. And I just have to, and fill out your voucher. I was like, it's on the drivenarea.com. It was right there on drivenarea.com by July 31st. And I just have to give a shout out to our sales director. She's about to earn her second free car with Mary Kay this month. To Mabel Murr, woo, for meeting the challenge and finishing it up. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And so I really want to talk about stepping it up. Like how, you know, we're running to number one, and yeah, here we are like at 15. And I explained to you why we don't have that $10,000 bonus. That kind of sets people way ahead of us. And some of them collected 3 and 4 bonuses because they have 3 and 4 offspring nationals. So they had like $65,000 checks just in the month of July. Shut up. They had $65,000 checks just in the month of July. So I'm here to tell you you're in the right company. Amen. Amen. And so I was like, okay, so we're going to need to do just a little bit more work. So I want to up the ante. I really believe that this is a powerful year, and I want to talk about something really powerful that really set off my business powerfully. And I did it my first 30 days in the business, and that is a power start. It truly is the thing that's going to kickstart you into the next level. And I think and feel in my heart that the reason why we don't do power starts is because we're afraid to ask. Like, you know, when the rubber meets the road, the reality is it's just, we're just afraid to ask. And so I listened to K-Love Radio. It is the local Christian radio station here in South Florida. It's really uplifting. And some of you may know Luis Pascal. He does like short little 2-minute devotionals, and he comes on and he talked about curiosity and having curiosity about people, that most of us are afraid to ask people questions. Some of us have been taught and raised that that's being nosy. But really the Bible tells us that when we care about others, we're curious about others. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, that really ties into how I've worked my business. And I know that one of my coaches, Grace Howe from the Direct Sales Women's Alliance, if you were at seminar, you got blessed by her amazing gifts. It was incredible. She teaches us to be curious and to ask questions. So not to come across as being nosy, or not to come across as being a bother, or not to come across as being a pain in the tush, but like, if I care about you, I'm curious, like, how are you, right? Like, don't you love it when someone says, how are you? Like, are you real, for real? Are you okay? Is there anything I can serve you in? And you sense their care. Their curiosity is their care. And so I just want to read to you this verse. It's Philippians 2:3-4. He says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interest of the other. And I love that because as long as you're thinking about yourself, you're not going to ask anybody to lend you their face because you're thinking about you. For me, if you don't know this, I was a total tomboy before Mary Kay. Like, I really could have cared less about all this stuff. I'm so high maintenance today. It's out of control, right? Like, the last thing I was doing was putting on my falsies before I did this video. So like, I'm into it now, but I could have cared less. And I will never forget doing a facial and this woman crying. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I messed her up. Like, I'm like, are you okay? She said, yeah, like, thank you. I didn't know I could look this beautiful again. And that really transformed my filter, the way I viewed what I was doing. I was really adding value to somebody. You're adding value to someone when you uplift their spirit by making them feel better. You know, when someone does a facial, when they're touching their face, they're loving themselves. You guys, you don't know the last time she felt loved, right? And so you have an opportunity to ask someone to lend you their face because it is going to enrich her life. And at the same time, it's going to help you reach your goal of completing your power start. And if you've never done a power start, my challenge to you is to get a power start done this month, because we need you to have a powerful month so that you can put as much profit in your pocket, because your dreams are extremely important. You see, Mary Kay, the company, is who we are because we're accumulation of your dreams come true. Your dreams matter. Your goals matter. Your courage matters. Your practice matters. Your power start matters. Your power matters. Without you, we are not the company that we say that we are. Without you in action, that is, okay? And I know that it takes courage to have action, but when I read this, I thought, you know, when we care about others, we ask. We really do ask, and not out of vain conceit, not out of selfish ambition, because we genuinely care, you know? If you've done at least one facial, you've probably had this experience that at some point in the facial, I think it's right after foundation, as they're beginning to put on mascara and lipstick, there's this euphoric smile and glow that begins to happen. Now, granted, she's probably glowing because of the miracle set and the repair kit, but she's also glowing, it's like from the inside out. Like, she feels amazing. She's like, oh my gosh, I really like this. Thank you so much. Have you ever had a guest thank you for giving them a facial? If you haven't, I'm going to say this, you need to go do more facials, because it happens frequently where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Thank you. I've loved this. I'm really loving this. And if you've had that moment, I really just want you to draw in on this moment. This is the moment that I like to call, you know, when your mama says, I told you so. Okay, not because I'm telling you, but your mama actually told you, you told you so. What I mean by that is, you know, when your mom is like, you know, eat your vitamins, you're like, I don't want to. Eat your vitamins, I don't want to. Eat your vitamins, I don't want to, right? And one day you call your mom, you're like, thanks, mom, for making me take my vitamins every day, because you actually gave me a healthy habit, because I have friends my age that are suffering with health issues, but I've always had the habit of eating my vitamins because you forced me to as a kid, even though I didn't like it then. But thank you, mom, right? You had that thank you, mom, right? And so when I'm asking someone to lend me their face, I always go back to that moment of, they may not really want to do this right now. Like, the reality is they don't even know what they're saying yes to because they haven't lived the experience. But my urgency is greater than their excuses right now. And my desire to pamper her is greater than her excuses. If I can just get her to say yes, I know once she tries it, she's going to say thank you. And so it's almost like, I know she's going to love this. I have to have more courage than her excuses. And Philippians 2:3-4 talks about that. You know, don't value yourself above others, and really look out for other people's interests. Like, you don't understand. You deserve a break. You deserve to get pampered. You deserve this, and you probably think you don't have the time to do it, but at the same time, you'd be helping me reach my goal. And most women will do it to help you reach your goal, but in the end, they'll realize they gave themselves a gift. They really do. They really do. They come around and they're like, this was so good. I'm so glad I took the break. I never take time out for myself, right? And so we want to guide them to that point where they can have that moment to take care of themselves. My customers, I mean, especially once I've had 15, 14, 13 years, they love how great their skin looks, you know? I mean, they look amazing and they've saved tons of money. And so I love serving others. I absolutely love serving others. So I want to share with you that I have a challenge for the month of August, and I'm going to share it with you here right now. Let me pull it up. Give me just one moment, because I think, one second. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Please hold. Oh my goodness, I don't know where I put it. Just give me one moment. All right, we'll just have to go get it again. That's all right. We can do this again. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. And so this is the August challenge. And I want you to know that the August challenge looks a lot like our July challenge. I am focused on grand achievers. Grand achievers are people who achieve $1,000 in profit. And when you do that, you're going to get a gift from your national sales director in August. The whole month of August counts. It's $2,000 in sales with your $1,000 reorder. That is cumulative. It's 30 faces in 30 days. And when you do, you complete the prize voucher. That will be on drivenarea.com right on the homepage. Just go on the website. You can also access it on the app underneath the promotions tab. Your voucher just has to be submitted by September the 3rd. And you're going to get that gorgeous keychain. Now, it's not just a keychain. It also has our Driven National Area logo. It is a replica of the Driven necklace, but it's on a keychain. But if you notice, it also has the clasp right here, because you can clasp it on to anything that you want, okay? I will have this posted on our app and website shortly, but I love the clasp because the clasp, you can put it on a zipper, you can put it on your purse, you can put it on your keychain, you can put it anywhere as a symbol of your success. And when someone sees it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I got for being a grand achiever. Well, what does that mean? That means I made $1,000 profit in my business in 1 month. I'm sorry, you made $1,000 profit in 1 month. I mean, don't you want to say that? I know that you do want to say that. And I just want to share with you that it's a numbers game. Our average Mary Kay facial, if you're using your closing set sheets that we created here in Driven, is about $100 a facial, $100 a facial. And so at $100 a facial with 30 faces, you're close to $3,000, if not over it, okay? It just kind of depends a little bit on your target market. But we have not because we ask not. We have to have the courage and the curiosity to ask. I taught a class at Seminar on courage. It was really quite an honor to be able to teach on courage. And one of the things that I asked the girls to do, they were all sitting in tables. So if you were sitting next to them, I was like, okay, you guys pair up A and B, assign out A and B. So, okay, A, I want you to say something encouraging to B. It could be anything. And so every letter A said something really encouraging to letter B. And I said, okay, now it's time to switch turns. Now I want B's, all the B's. I want you to say something encouraging to A. And then all the B's said something encouraging to A. And I said, how many of you thought that was hard? And I was like, I go, how many of you thought that was easy? They were like, that's so easy. It's so easy to encourage. Well, to encourage someone means to put your courage in them. And you cannot give something you don't already possess. And so that means you already have all the courage that you need. You just need to put it into more practice. The more you practice courage, the easier it is to live it out. And I closed the class that I taught by saying you can choose comfort or you can choose courage. But a courageous woman rarely, if ever, lives a comfortable life. And it's the truth. When we think about courageous women, Mother Teresa, you're telling me her life was really comfortable in Calcutta? Eleanor Roosevelt, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, you name any woman who has done anything substantial in her lifespan, and Amelia Earhart. We could go on and on and on, and they did not live comfortable lives. And so here we are in the US wanting all this comfort and praying we were more courageous, when what we need to be willing to do is leave our comfort zones and leave our comforts and go chase down the courageous life that we have. My daughter was sick today, so she did not go to camp, and I had a full day planned. I was like, baby, you're gonna have to just tag along with me. I mean, we hadn't made our second stop of the day, and she's like, when can we go home? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm like, girl, you're going to have to buckle up. It's going to get a lot tougher for you. You're just like tagging along here. You're not even having to do any of the work, And I said to her, I said, sweetie, in life, you have to have stamina and courage. And I said, I love my job. I love what I do. And we have a long way to go before the day ends, And so I'm like, you're going to have to like buckle up, here we go, come on, jump on the saddle and get with it. Because the reality is that those that jump on the saddle and move into action have the better stories to tell, right? And we don't want to sit on the sidelines and listen to their stories. We want to tell our stories. So I want to hear your story. I want to hear how you became a grand achiever. I want to celebrate you, and I want to give you your Driven National Area keychain in the month of August. Now, I don't always do promotions. I know I did one in July. I decided to do one in August because only one person did it and submitted the form on time, and I'm not making any exceptions because an exception is a slant to another. I love that our runner-up to the Queen this year, Nancy Boucher, who I had the honor at Seminar to walk her across the stage as if I was her national. It was such an honor. She says, instead of asking for an exception, why not be the exception? And I love that, because an exception truly is a slant to another. So I've put this challenge out there. I want you to step out. I want you to grab it. I want you to hold on to it. And I want you to relentlessly chase down a power start. Regardless of what you have in, what you don't have in, you can finish it. I know that in July, I taught you guys how to do bathroom facials, and I got great feedback on all the bathroom facials that were happening all the time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I'm loving these bathroom facials, because most of them are turning into future appointments. We still have 1 or 2 weeks of beauty school, depending on what day your beauty school falls on. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of anything your sales director has that you can bring people to, especially if you don't feel comfortable. And if still that's not enough, then I want you to watch the class that our amazing future national Christine Denson Barrueco teaches on our Driven app. There's a skincare class where you can watch and learn. But I'm going to tell you, if you're paralyzed from training, you know, you need to get into action. The medicine, if I could write you a prescription and you go, here's the medicine that cures your fear. The prescription, if I had a pink pad, a little RX pad, the pink pad would be action. Action is truly what gets you out of fear. And so I'm going to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. In one of the sessions that they taught us at seminar, is actually like one of the opening sessions. They taught us that there was a Mary Kay, I guess I would call it kind of like a Mary Kay quote. And they said they were describing Mary Kay. I guess it'd be more like, you know, characteristics of Mary Kay. And they said Mary Kay wasn't just the ultimate goal setter, but she was the ultimate goal getter. And I'm going to share with you guys one more time our August key, and the Mary Kay characteristic that goes with that key is, in August, be a goal getter. You hold the key, you know. And so I want to ask you a question. You know, how many goals have you set, but you haven't gotten them? You know, and in Mary Kay, we want to teach you how not to just be a goal setter, but how to be a goal getter. I'm going to encourage you, if you watch this, to please text your Mary Kay sales director right now and say, I watched the powwow, and I'm going to go get a power start. What do I need to do? And your director is going to be your coach. And I want you to hold on to her by the coattail, because she's going to take you to the top. We all know that we become an average of the 5 people we spend the most time around. And so spend time with your director. Anywhere she is, everywhere she goes, make yourself available to her. Our national area is doing amazing, incredible things. Our company is doing amazing, incredible things. I love our president. It's like the best time to be working your Mary Kay business, because this is officially party season. There's no holidays. We have one day in September, Labor Day. September is an awesome party month. August is an awesome party month. October is an awesome party month. And the work you do in August, September, and October, you cash in on it double in November and December in the holidays, when people are like, hey girl, I need this. Oh my gosh, I need this. And so I'm going to encourage you to not sit on the sideline, not to watch, but I'm going to encourage you to jump in here right now, because you are an important part. You know, where will you win this year? What role are you going to play in this top ranked winning family? Wherever you feel your role is. And if it's not a power star, if you're like, I don't know if I can do 30, do 15, do 15, text your director, let her know this is where I'm going. But this is a page that we are writing in our Driven Playbook tonight. This is our strategy. It is all of our consultants back on track, and all of our directors back on track to doing power starts as a way of life, to finish the year with over 300 customers. I mean, on my first year in Mary Kay, I had over 300 customers. I saw over 300 faces, and most of it was, every time I did a face, I'd ask them, hey, do you want to do this again with some of your girlfriends? Most said yes, not all. I cannot say all, but most said yes for free. And then I would ask there, and every appointment I had, my goal was to leave with more bookings, and never leave a party, never leave a facial, never leave without an extra booking, unless if you're willing to leave $500 on the table. Mary Kay said, if you are willing to leave $500 on the table, then walk out the door without the booking. Otherwise, you turn back around and say, oh my gosh, I forgot something. She's like, what'd you leave? I forgot to ask you for your second date. Oh my gosh, if you had fun on your first date, let's have a second date. And she's like, you're so cute. Of course. Okay. And so be courageous, step out. Don't just be a goal setter, go be a goal getter. And I do want to close with our verse one more time, just in case if you want to write it down. Philippians 2:3-4. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. Ask them questions. Say, how are you? Are you okay? Be considerate of others. Truly be curious and show others that you care. I think one of my favorite things about this business, if not the absolute favorite, is that this is a business built on relationships. And I've built some really awesome relationships with my team, with my sister directors, with my customers. And I love that I get to be a part of a very important part of their lives and that I get to take care of them. And I would wish nothing more except the exact same experience for you. So here it is. There's your Power Start Challenge. By tomorrow morning, it'll be on the Driven app and on the Driven website. I want you to grab onto it. I want you to hold on to it. This month, our goal is to break top 10, and then we're going to anchor into top 10 and just hang on tight right there as we write out the rest of the year. I do want to close by letting you guys know one more important thing. Starting next month, we're going to begin highlighting different Driven area consultants and director stories here on our powwow. We'll be highlighting Power Start winners. We'll be highlighting new directors. We'll be highlighting directors who've earned new cars, highest paychecks. I want you to get to know our family and what we stand for and who we are in the stories. Because if you hear from just one person, you'll think, oh, that's just Auri. She's special, unique, or whatever. No, it's not just for me. It's for anyone who chooses it. All right. So if you'd like for me to pray for you, please just stay on. And if you would close your eyes and bow your heads, I would love to pray for you. Father, we thank you for this time together. We thank you that we have the opportunity not just to set goals, but to go get goals, Father. And I just pray for us to live out and practice the courage that we all possess, chasing down that power start relentlessly, because we know that that's what Mary Kay Ash would have asked of us, but it's also the example that's been set before them by their director, by their senior director, by their national, by their senior national, by every leader they've had before them, so that they would follow in those footsteps as well too. We thank you for the opportunity to set goals, to chase them down, to grow, to learn, to fall down, that we would never look at falling down as negative, Father, but that we would take the lesson and really just commit it to heart, Father, that we know that all of those are just opportunities to grow us. We're so excited for our audacious August goal to be in the top 10. And we thank you for an incredible, amazing July, Father, that we were able to cross over the top 15 spots in the Emerald Seminar. And so for that, we are just so grateful, Father. But I just pray that you would continue to strengthen us with your God strength as we finish running out this race. I pray for a blessing over every single woman and her family who's watching. We ask you for all these things in the precious name of your son, Jesus. Amen. All right. So I want you to have a powerful pink and on purpose month. And for those of you that are local, I will see you next Tuesday at our Driven area rally at Studio Pink. Love you guys. Bye.